Becoming aware is like sex. Everybody thinks they're great at it, but in reality,
we end up looking like a monkey fucking a football out there.
What does it mean to be aware? What does it mean to live in the moment? What does it truly mean to go with the flow? And more importantly, how does one become aware? In recent weeks, I posted a few videos about the law of attraction and how we as human beings interact with this force. Now, beginning with this video, I'm gonna start giving you techniques that you can actually start using today to begin manifesting. The fact is that most of our thoughts and our actions are completely on autopilot. Habits that we have developed pretty much from the time that we were born are there to help us, not have to think about putting one foot in front of the other just so we can walk across the room. Problems arise when we're on autopilot for so long that we essentially forget that we're on autopilot. The moment that we lose conscious sight of our habits and our routines and our reactions and our impulses, we're no longer in control. Our autopilot is in control. In the last video, I gave a brief overview of the 5 key steps to making the law of attraction work for you. In this video, we're going to cover the first step in much greater detail. And that first step is becoming aware. Now, before we get into it, I just want to take a brief second and say thank you for taking some time out of your day to watch this video. I truly do appreciate it. And if you like what you're seeing and hearing, hit that like button, please. It does really help others to see this video and its content. And if you do like what you're hearing and seeing, please hit that subscribe button. And when the bell icon pops up, hit that too, and you'll always be notified when a new video is posted. All right, let's get into this. There are 2 types of awareness: self-awareness and environmental awareness. Environmental awareness is using your physical senses to experience and interpret the physical world around you, how it smells, how it looks, how it sounds, and how it tastes. What it means to truly be aware of your environment or have environmental awareness is being consciously aware at any given moment of what your body is picking up and interpreting. What is it about your environment that you're noticing, the smells and the sounds and the tastes and all of these different things? That is truly being environmentally aware. So to be self-aware means that you are going a step further. Now you are consciously and mentally focusing on what you are thinking and how you are feeling about what your body is picking up in the environment. How many times in the past 30 days have you struggled with a relationship or felt unheard or lonely or unproductive? How many times have you been stressed about your finances or work or been uncertain about your future? How many times have you just felt tired and worn out? I would be willing to bet that you felt some or all of those things at some point in the past 30 days. Throughout any given day, we are constantly distracting ourselves from our own awareness. And we do this by dredging about the past or dreaming about the future. And we're not in the present moment. So we end up binge watching TV, we drown ourselves in music, we immerse ourselves in sports, and we get lost in movies. We stress about the present moment and dissect the past. We daydream about the future, but then we never really make any real plans. And we say that we do all of this just to keep ourselves sane and happy. Now, I'm not saying that all distraction is bad, but we do need to recognize it for what it is. We all get distracted. I'm no exception. The other day, I got up from my desk to get a cup of coffee. On my way to the kitchen, I noticed a package had been delivered. Curiosity got the best of me, so I had to open it and see what it was, right? As I reached into the drawer to get a knife, I realized there's a little bit of schmutz on it, so I decided to wash it off. Then I realized there's a couple other dishes in the sink. I decided to wash those off too. As I was putting the dishes away, I realized how disorganized the cabinet was. Quick minute to reorganize the cabinet real fast. 15 minutes later, and very satisfied with my accomplishments, I head back to my desk to get some work done. And that's when I realized I still wanted my coffee. And if you didn't notice just now, I was distracted from the point of this video. Oh, and by the way, that's not what it means to go with the flow, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Imagine for a moment that you're walking through kind of a dark, scary place, and as you're walking through, you're realizing that your senses are heightened. The hairs on your arms and your neck are standing up, and every little sound seems to be amplified, and you seem to hear even a cricket a mile away. Did you hear that? Everything that is going on in that moment, you are fully aware of. This is a scenario that we've all experienced in some way, shape, or form at some point or another. Now, this is what it feels like to live in the moment, without all the scary feelings and thinking you're gonna die. So how do we achieve this state of being, but with a less terrifying scenario? Well, it all starts with listening. Have you ever just shut up for a day?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I mean, truly, just stop talking for an entire day. I know it can be kind of difficult if you have kids or a job, but you'd be amazed at how therapeutic this can actually be, and it's really not that hard. It's called a vow of silence. Now, I know you're not a monk and you don't live kid-free in a monastery somewhere, but you can still reap the benefits of this by doing this in just a single day. Now, the best benefits are going to come if you can do this for about 3 days, but you can still see the benefits in a day. Now, the goal of doing this exercise is so that you can learn to become aware of what you're thinking, what you're feeling about your environment, but more importantly, what you're going to learn are your habits, your natural tendencies, your reactions, your gut instincts. You're going to see really deep inside of yourself and how you would normally interact with the society around you, and you get to see what happens when you don't really interact with that society around you and you just observe. The ultimate point of this, the ultimate goal of this is to see what habits you actually have and how many of those habits are based on judgments and assumptions.
Assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups.
What we want to do is get your brain to consciously focus on the present moment and get you to consciously see what your brain is focusing on and start to manipulate your reticular activating system a little bit. This is going to cause you to see how much of your life and how many of your conversations and interactions are truly based on assumptions and various judgments, often misjudgments. All those times that you would spend talking in the moment, we're going to get you thinking in the moment. While doing this, you're going to start to understand what that inner voice is, and you're going to start to hear that inner voice inside of you. Now, the thing about that inner voice is it echoes our true beliefs. Once you start hearing all of those various things from your inner voice, you might find out some things about yourself that you don't really like about yourself, and you might decide to go ahead and make some positive changes for yourself. Remember, you can lie to everyone else, but you cannot lie to yourself. It's impossible. After this exercise and you allow yourself to speak again, what you'll find is that you'll start to catch certain things that you would say, and you start to phrase things a little bit differently. And ultimately what that's going to do is send your life in a slightly different trajectory. And over time, you will end up on a very different path and going in the direction that you really want to go. Now, after the exercise, you're going to start realizing how much more aware you are of the things that you're saying, the judgments you're having, the assumptions that you're making, and you're going to start to pay more attention to the environment around you. The best benefit is that you will begin choosing your words more wisely. This exercise is going to cause you to realize just how many things happen in your life that you do not control. And more importantly, it's going to cause you to see just how much time you spend and waste thinking about things that you don't control. It'll also cause you to become more observant of people and emotions and situations around you. And that's it. That's the first step. It's that simple. All you have to do is shut up for a day or 2 or 3, and you will interrupt that brain circuitry where the autopilot is, and you will start to rewire some of those habits that aren't serving you. In the next video, we're going to take step number 2 in how to manifest intended results. To keep the discussion going, please comment below. And if you like what you're hearing, please hit that subscribe button. And when that bell icon pops up, hit that too. That way you're notified every time a new video is posted. Until next time, thanks for watching.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.